taxes, was chasing
Hello. So I'm currently live right now. I've had some people requesting that I talk about this very, very sensitive topic. Right now I'm gonna cover it frame by frame. Gonna do a little bit of research on it, and we'll see if this was fair or if this was a crime committed by the government. Because yes, those happen. So feel free to tune in and check in my thoughts on it. Some people really want to know the truth, and that's something that I really deeply care about. And then after we cover this heavy topic, you know what time it is. ¿Qué amor? ¿Qué pasó? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? Hello, hello. Test, test, test. Can you hear me? Hello, 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 hello. ¿Qué pasó? What text? Alrighty. Oh yeah, you sent me a screenshot. Yeah. I don't know what that's about. I can look it up though, if you want. I can look it up after this and see if I could cover it. Then I don't know. What are you talking about? Is the dog care prices? How much is it? Let me see. I don't think I saw it. Okay, so she wants 400 total. So it's 400 for a whole week. All right, we'll talk about it later. Um, all right, guys. So today we're gonna talk about a very controversial topic. And I say this is controversial because um, there's a lot of discourse around it. People on the left obviously will criticize this, but in a very unique scenario, people on the left will also criticize this. I mean, people on the right. So, yes, I am not. I don't really consider myself left or right, to be honest. Um, the reason I don't is because honestly, both sides are pretty stupid. Um, but I think the more sensible side will probably be the right. I'm a little more right leaning because I really do believe that the the left has lost the plot. I don't think they'll ever make a comeback, to be honest. Not unless Obama wins again. You know, if he runs for president and then he wins, then maybe you guys will make a comeback. But even then, Obama's not even the same. He's a leftist moron now. So his values have changed. So again, I really don't think the left will ever make a comeback. So that's why I'm a little bit more right leaning, but not really far right. I wouldn't even consider myself MAGA. I just didn't want Kamala to win, to be honest. And Trump was a better option. There was no better option than Trump. Trump was clearly gonna win. Kamala was another bumbling moron. And feel free to, pitch in down in the comments if you think that I'm tripping and she's actually a genius. If you want to argue for that, be my guest. But I don't think that's the case. I wouldn't even consider myself conservative either, because although most of my values are conservative, and I do think the foundation of America is conservative, conservative Christian, which I think is the best foundation. I just don't have all of the values that conservatives have. Like, for example, I do believe in abortion to an extent. That's just one example. And that's usually a left leaning thing. Um, and there's other values that usually leftists appreciate or kind of go for that I have. But yes, I'm more conservative than liberal, 100%. So I'll try to dissect this the best way I can in the most sensible way I can. At least you'll know that I'm not far right, so I won't be biased. At least you'll know that I'm not far left, so I won't be biased. It's just not possible if you're not standing on the edge of either spectrum. So Alex Preddy, from what I understand, he's a VA nurse. He's an active protester, a very, very angry protester from what I've seen. And he was shot. A lot of people are saying that he was executed unfairly and unjustly. And I just want to find out if that is true. So let's see what happened. So I'm not really sure why all of this is happening. But it looks like it all started because this person seems like was getting in the face of this ICE agent, and then the ICE agent pushed that person, which I'm gonna be honest, I think that's kind of unprofessional. Just from optics alone, um, maybe this person was being rude. There's a very high chance this person was probably being rude, but I don't think it warrants to be pushed back. And then this guy pushes him back. Uh, Look, man, unfortunately, this is still a federal agent. You know, they have authority whether you like it or not. If you get pulled over by the side of the road and you think it's unjustified, it has happened to me. It has happened to me. So I understand and you think it's unjust. Um, and I know what you're thinking. You're like, they're masked. They don't give out their names. So how are we even gonna fight this in court? You know? So I'm hoping that maybe there's a way that this can be brought to light, because I understand the frustration. I understand the frustration. If you have a complaint, how the hell do you do it when an ICE agent is doing that? I think if I was in this situation, I would probably pull out my phone and do what this guy's doing and record it, and then send it to maybe like do a little bit of investigations and find a place where we can like put complaints in for ICE agents. Like, hey, this ICE agent just dropped this person for no reason. Or this ICE agent just dropped this person because he was being rude, or she, whatever it was. It's still not justified to put your hands on someone because they were being rude. I think this ICE agent at the beginning was wrong for pushing this person, because I just don't see how it's justified. I don't know what was said. It was probably something mean or whatever, but still, you know, why would you put your hands on that person? And then this guy is already instigating and making the situation worse. You're not gonna win the moment you're putting your hands on an ICE agent. It's just not gonna happen. Whenever I was pulled over a while back, I knew that it was. I don't think it was a fair thing what that person did, that police officer, that sheriff, whatever it was. I was pulled over unjustly. He was saying that I was speeding, but I was driving right next to him. So how the fuck am I speeding? I wanted to fight it. I wanted to argue with him and going like, bro, like, what is wrong with you? Like that is clearly unjustified. Like I was not speeding. How am I gonna speed when you're right next to me and then you pulled up right behind me? You swerved right behind me. Like I was just cruising by right next to you, and then all of a sudden I'm pulled over. But I'm willing to bet whatever that if I put my hands on that officer, I would have gone to jail. And it is no different than in a situation like this. You know, now you could say, well, he's like pushing this person, so he's gonna defend them. It's still not justified. You're gonna lose here. You know, you could probably get in his face like this person did and go like, hey man, like what the hell is your problem? Don't push that person. But no, he didn't do that. Instead, he put his hands on the ICE agent. And what did you expect was gonna happen? Get pepper sprayed. So at that moment, I think if I was this guy and I just got pepper sprayed, I'm gonna walk away. It's just honestly the best option at this point. So let's see if he walks away. No, no, he's not walking away. He's just trying to get on top of this person, from what I'm seeing. And then now he's getting jumped by the ICE agents. And I think that's a gun, or I don't know what that is. All right, now there's gunshots. There's a gun right here. Whose gun was that? Gun right here. Whose is it? That's what I want to know. And I can't see what happened after that. Okay, well, this is a really crappy video because I don't know what the hell happened. But I do know that the guy instigated it. Let me see. Right there. If that is Alex's gun, and if this is Alex's gun and he still got shot after being disarmed, that is a crime. That is a crime. Plain and simple is not correct. And someone will have to be accountable for this. If that is Alex's gun, they just committed a crime. Whoever killed him is gonna have to be held accountable. At the most, go to jail for murder. The least, you turn in your badge, you turn in your gun, and you turn in your gear. You cannot work for the government ever again. Never again. Because clearly you don't know how to assess a situation properly. That is assuming that this is Alex's gun, but I don't know for sure.
He's in the road,
Bystander.
holding a phone and talking with a federal agent. The officer pushes him, and he steps backwards. But in this video, as in others, Alex Pretty had nothing in one hand, a phone in the other. We see two people interacting with an agent. We then see an agent push one of those people, then push the second person. Alex Pretty steps between them and the agent and is pepper sprayed. He's wrestled to the ground by a number of agents. He's on his knees, bent over. His hands are on the floor, and he's struggling against being held down. One agent repeatedly strikes in the direction of his head. And take note of this agent. He has nothing in his right hand, reaches down, and removes what appears to be a gun from Alex Pretty's waistband. Then he steps back, holding the pistol, which appears to match this image shared by the authorities. Carrying this type of gun is legal in Minnesota with a valid permit. The police say they believe Alex Pretty had one. Less than a second after the gun is removed, an agent fires the first shot.
Yeah. This is the what? Okay, who's giving this news? BBC. All right. I don't, usually BBC is left leaning. I don't really trust left leaning news sources because they're gonna be biased. But so far from what I'm seeing, just from the visual perspective, I'm still not gonna trust the BBC because they're biased. But visually, if this is not altered by AI or whatever, um, let me see.
Less than a second after the gun is removed, an agent fires.
Yeah, this does not look good at all, man. Like, cause he's pinned down. And again, if the gun is removed,
The
then
first
yeah,
shot.
you're done. We can't be working with ICE anymore. And if I were in charge of the prosecution, you go to jail. Yep.
As Alex Pretty lies motionless, further shots are fired while agents are standing clear of his body. In total, 10 shots were fired in 5 seconds.
Well, yeah, because if one agent fires, obviously it's because he's pretty much sending a message that this guy is dangerous. He was about to pull a gun. So obviously the other agents are going to do the same to eliminate the threat. Um, it doesn't make it right, but that's kind of how it goes. If I don't work for ICE, so I don't really know how it works. But I do know that it doesn't matter how many shots are fired, as long as the threat is stopped. But obviously, from the optics alone, there is no threat because the guy was pinned down. But that first guy fired the shot, and yeah, it looks like it was murder, honestly.
In all of these videos, we don't see Alex Pretty holding a gun. But once more, we have seen an American killed in the street by federal agents, followed by the Trump administration making claims about what happened.
Oh, is he talking about Renee? Let me
Alex
see.
Pretty holding a gun. But once more, we have seen an American killed in the street by...
From optics alone, it looks like Freddy put himself in a very bad situation, and he made the situation worse, much worse. I think this guy is a fucking idiot. He's a fucking moron for putting himself in that situation and making it worse. But he did not deserve to be killed. He did not deserve to be killed. From optics alone, it does look like the ICE agents are in the wrong. So unless they have any other footage or anything else to go by in this situation,
federal agents,
there needs to be accountability.
followed by the Trump administration making claims about what happened.
But the guy is no hero. He is not a hero. You do not put your hands on federal agents.
With federal immigration agents. This is a moment.
And then this happened before, I think, before the shooting. So, but this is not a good optics for him because again, this justifies my claim that this guy is a fucking idiot. Because look,
filmed on January 13th in Minneapolis,
he's
showing
obviously
a man who appears
unhinged.
to be Alex Pretty interacting with federal immigration agents 11 days before Border Patrol shot and killed
There you
him.
go.
Our footage was analyzed by the BBC, whose face.
And I don't understand why he wasn't arrested here and then taken into custody and put somewhere, you know, arrested. Why was he still roaming around free? That is another thing I don't understand. He probably would still be alive if he was arrested. It looks like they're arresting him from what I'm seeing right now. Then why was he free? I heard they actually threatened to shoot the ICE agent though. Who threatened the ICE agent to shoot him?
Driving away, the man kicked their taillight. An agent then got out of the vehicle, grabbed him, and pushed him to the ground.
Like, I don't understand what you thought was gonna happen. I don't understand.
During the altercation, agents fired tear gas and pepper balls into the crowd. They continued to hold the man down before they retreat, and he walks away.
And he's still resisting. Like, you're still gonna
the man in our
go to
footage
jail,
is
bro.
wearing a
Like, why
similar
are you
outfit
resisting?
to what Pretty was wearing on the day he was killed.
And then this stupid
What
white
appears
liberal,
to be a gun
like always.
is also visible above his waistband.
And they let him go. Look, they didn't even arrested him. He should have gone to jail for that. Like, he just destroyed a federal vehicle.
Here, he continues to stand at the scene.
Yeah, they let him go.
On the day he was killed, the Department of Homeland Security claims Pretty, a 37-year-old ICU nurse, approached officers holding a handgun. That claim has been contradicted by analysis of bystander videos from multiple news investigations.
Yeah, the day he was killed, again, we just saw the footage. He wasn't holding anything. He was holding a phone. There's no, unless if you're listening to this and you have some evidence that he was holding a gun, feel free to send it to me. But I don't see him. There's just nothing that I can see that he was holding a gun. Okay. Is that Alex's gun? That's still the question I'm wondering. So this guy has a history of, this is the facts from what we can tell. This guy has a history of getting himself arrested. Well, not arrested, but pretty much manhandled by ICE agents. Quite honestly, I think he might actually have a fetish of getting manhandled by ICE agents. I don't know why. He might get turned on by it. He might, you know, get a rush out of it. I don't know why he does this. It's not gonna end any other way but the same way every single time. You're fighting against government agents that train every single day. Most of them, if not all, are in great shape. And not only that, but you're severely outnumbered. Is one versus like five or six, you're gonna get jumped by federal agents. There's just no way around it. You're gonna get jumped by ICE. You're gonna get jumped by Department of Homeland Security, maybe even Border Patrol. I don't know. Depends on what they have out there. It's not gonna end any other way, but he seems to enjoy it, and he got himself killed. Now, was it justified? I don't think so. From what I'm seeing, I don't think it was justified. The first link shows the agent confiscating Alex's gun before the first shot. If it was a misfire, it 100% happened after Alex's gun was confiscated. I hope we can agree on this part after seeing this video. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, visually, optically, it's not a good look for the ICE agents. I think the ICE agents are ultimately in the wrong, but I think we can also uh, agree that Alex was a moron and he was very suicidal, or either he was suicidal or had a fetish of getting manhandled by ICE. So the verdict so far, with the information we have, Alex Preddy is a fucking imbecile. Fetish for getting manhandled by ICE agents, but did not deserve to get shot. Did not deserve to be killed. Um, and if he was disarmed and he was shot after being disarmed, the ICE agent that did that must be held accountable. He should lose his right to serve as an agent, and if it was up to me, he will serve time for murder. That's my verdict. Oh yeah, Renee. I didn't talk about Renee too much. I posted a couple of videos about it. That one is obvious. That one is in the wrong. She had it coming, bro. That's definitely fuck around, find out. This guy did not deserve what happened to him. But he was definitely asking for it. But just because someone is asking to be killed, it doesn't mean that you should do it. I don't think so. I think they should have arrested him that day that he damaged that vehicle, and he probably would have still been alive today. I don't know why they didn't arrest him. Let's see what we got here. This could be AI, bro. This didn't look like how it happened. Let me see. I don't think that's real. Common energy prop. Don't talk about U.S. issues. Yo, this is an AI photo. Alex was nurse, but don't spread this photo. Yeah, I was wondering which video this was from since none of the angles. Yeah, this is AI slop. There's people on the left and people on the right faking a lot of information. That's another reason why I'm doing this, because I like to make sure that we research together and we find out the truth together. One last thing I want to do though, where's that video of him hitting that vehicle? I still want to know why Alex Preddy, a quick draw, his SIG was a nice piece. I don't think this is funny, man, honestly. It's pretty damn tragic. It sucks. Again, he didn't deserve to die. But again, we can agree that he's a moron. Okay, this is the video. I just kind of want to ask Rock. In the video, you can clearly see that he was damaging a federal vehicle, harassing ICE agents, and resisting arrest. Therefore, why was he not taken to jail? That's the part I want to know. Because if he was taken to jail for doing these things, he probably would have still been alive today. Want more people to see your reply? Maybe later, bro. I won't do that shit right now. Alrighty. Well, we found our verdict. Let me know what you guys think. Is that a fair verdict? Did I cover all of the pieces of information that we have on who this guy is, why he was acting that way, blah, blah, blah. All of those things. This is as organic as it gets. No biases. No, what do you call it? No misinformation. Just visually, optically, what I see and what you see. Right with me. So, if you guys think that I am biased or maybe I missed something and I should be more thorough, I definitely welcome feedback. I could take feedback so long as done in a professional manner, in a fair manner, and not because, nah, bro, you suck. All right, man. Like, whatever you say, bud. I think he had a gun